So we want to take a look at something now called subordinate clauses. And it's going to help to start with a little bit of information in English. So first of all, there's something we call a phrase. And a phrase is a group of words that does not contain a verb. So for example, in the forest, around the mountain, under the bed. Right? Those are just groups of words. There's no verb involved. And those are what we call phrases. Then there's the clause. And a clause is a group of words that does contain a verb. So for example, when it is raining, I like to eat pizza. They read a book. So things like that involve a verb, those are what we call clauses. But then clauses go a little bit deeper. With clauses, we have two different types. We have what we call the independent or main clause, and that's a clause that can stand alone as a complete sentence. For example, we are reading Latin. You can put a period after that, you've got a complete sentence. The gladiators were fighting in the arena. Again, you can put a period after that, you've got a complete sentence. That's what we call an independent or main clause. But then there are these things called subordinate or dependent clauses. And these are clauses that cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. So for example, when it is raining, if you try to put a period after that, your English teacher would rightly put some red ink on your paper. That's a fragment. It can't stand alone. Take another example. So that we might hear the president. Again, you can't put a period after that. That doesn't stand alone. That's what we call a subordinate clause. And there are several types of subordinate clauses in Latin. And the first one you're going to learn about is the purpose clause. In Latin, the purpose clause uses either the word ut or ne. So you will always see the word ut or ne, and that's what starts off the purpose clause in Latin. And then that's followed by a subjunctive verb. And a purpose clause is then translated so that ... may, or so that ... may not. The ut introduces a positive purpose clause, and then the ne, kind of as it sounds, introduces a negative purpose clause. And the best way to see this is really to put it into action. So copy this sentence and then underline the subjunctive verb, then put a bracket in front of the ut or ne and a bracket after the subjunctive verb. Again, pause the video if you need to do that, and then when you've finished, continue. So you should have underlined the word spectent. It's a first conjugation verb. It has that E in there, makes it a present subjunctive. And you should have put brackets around the ut and then after the spectent. Now go ahead and see if you can translate this sentence. Again, pause the video and continue when you've finished. So you should have come up with the boys run to the forum so that they may watch the gladiators. So we've got a positive purpose clause there. Let's try one more. Once again, copy the sentence, underline the subjunctive verb, put a bracket in front of the ut or ne, and a bracket after the subjunctive verb. Pause the video, and then continue when you have finished. You should have underlined interficiantur. We've got a third IO conjugation verb. It has an A in it. It's a present subjunctive, also passive, you'll notice, with that NTUR ending. And you should have had brackets in front of the ne and after interficiantur. Once again, try to translate that sentence, hit pause on the video, and continue to check your work. And you should have come up with the gladiators will fight so that they may not be killed. And that's a look at the purpose clause.